This is episode 44 of the Online Playmaker Sessions with successful marketer, leader, and social media recruiting trainer, Cody McMorris.
Welcome to the Online Playmaker Sessions. This is the place for the latest what's working now strategies from the best online playmakers, the top marketers, the rising stars who are making it happen right now. Every week, you'll get real, actionable lessons that you can take and apply immediately in your business, delivered in short 20-minute sessions. Our focus is your results. Here's your host, entrepreneur, world-class trainer, and marketing strategist, Norbert Orlowitz.
Hello, online playmakers. If this is your first time tuning into the Playmaker Sessions, thank you for choosing us, and don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, and if you prefer video, our YouTube channel at onlineprofitplaybook.tv. As with all of our episodes, we have all the show notes, transcripts, and actionable tips over on the blog. Just head over to www.onlineprofitplaybook.com. You'll also be able to get access to my complimentary 5-video tutorial series on building the proper foundation for your online business, as well as several other free trainings, including my Instant Income Multiplier tutorial. And if you're ready to multiply your results fast, check out the premium membership of our Online Profit Playbook, where our guests open up their closely guarded playbooks and walk you step by step through the exact marketing funnels and sales process they use to build their audience, grow their influence, and make sales. Get the coveted Online Profit Playbook today. Just head over to onlineprofitplaybook.com and join the Playmakers. For an outsider looking in, Ryan had a good life, but each day waking up and doing a job that wasn't fulfilling, building somebody else's dream, was driving him crazy. In 2013, Ryan stumbled into the network marketing industry, and within a year of working hard, he was able to create success, but was still very far away from his dream lifestyle. After being relocated by his job to a new city where he knew no one, Ryan decided to take his business on the internet. After 6 months of a steep learning curve, Ryan got committed and focused and began to see his business and team grow. At the age of 29, Ryan has replaced his day job for a residual income that grows each month, and he's now more committed than ever to help others break free from the rat race and create their own future. Ryan is now a successful network marketer, affiliate marketer, trainer, speaker, and sells his own info products online. This week's Online Playmaker, Cody McMorris. All right, welcome back, everybody. Episode 44 of the Online Playmaker Sessions. And today I want to welcome to the show Cody McMorris. Ryan, how you doing today?
Man, I'm wonderful, Norbert. I appreciate it, man. I'm pumped. I'm always pumped.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm excited to have you here. And, of course, your pet, the infamous honey badger over there.
Yeah, man. His name is BA, short for, it's an acronym, but
I think I can guess what it stands for. I don't know. Yay. It's like B.A. Baracus from the A-Team. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, hey, man. I tried to get him. We got a beard. Went on Amazon. We're trying to get him some weapons and, some cool stuff to save people's lives. Save their businesses. That's what he does.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right, well, listen, let's jump into this. We want to keep this to about 25 minutes, but I know there's always lots to talk about and lots to share on this entrepreneurial journey that we experience. So take us back. Let's take us back for those people that don't know you. Give us a little bit of backstory, how you got involved in this industry.
Okay. I got involved in the industry, man, because it was in 2013. And I was working this job. I actually liked the job that I worked. And I was having a good time, man. I think when I was probably 25, about to turn 26, and I was a kid that was making some good money, but I had no personal development, zero. All I had was me and of kind of what my parents taught me. And I had a pretty good upbringing. But when it came to money, I was an athlete. So I was kind of around that world of like, being around athletes that had a lot of money. So I had a lot of money, but I was in this place where I had like 3 cars, a motorcycle. I had bills, man. And so it finally hit me. I got this promotion, and the next thing I did when I got a promotion was went and bought more stuff, and I got a bigger place. And man, I was just like, what am I doing? And I went to a Barnes and Noble, found a home business magazine, and I was like, oh, I could use some extra money, and started just kind of flipping through it. And that's what sparked it. And I started just looking more into it, and I started doing some research and things like that. I bought some $10 thing online, and they sent me a packet, and I went home. And I couldn't wait to get the DVD and watch it. And then somebody called me, and I was in MLM 2 days later. And the funny part is I told 2 people about it. Before I joined, I told 2 people. I actually told one of my best friends that I work with. I said, hey man, we're going to get rich. I just found this thing. It's awesome. Like, we got to do this. And he goes, man, that's stupid. Those don't work. Like, don't be an idiot. And then, so that kind of discouraged me a little bit. And so my next day when I went to work, I was doing one of my sales calls, and it was to this guy owned his own business. And I said, hey man, I'm thinking of owning my own business. And he goes, why are you thinking about it? You should have done it as soon as it was presented to you, if it makes sense. And that hit me.
Wow. What a different mindset. Hey.
Yeah. And so I was in that place of like, wait a minute, I can choose who I want to listen to. I can choose. No one says if you're right, you're right, or you're wrong, you're wrong. You choose what you want. And that's how I got involved.
Wow. Interesting story. So tell me a little bit about your initial experience in network marketing, then getting started. I'm going to assume, they get you started the traditional way. How did that work out for you?
So I got really pumped up about it, like most people do. And I really believed in the product. I believed in the opportunity, and not everybody else had the same level of belief, but I knew it worked. I knew it worked because I went out and I busted my butt, and I got my first check was $4. So to me, that was like, all right, well, that's better than getting the bill in the mail. So I said, if I can make 4, I can make 40. And if I can make 40, I can make 400.
Right.
But the thing was, I started thinking, I was like, then there's got to be a better way. So I think I did what most people do. They go straight to Google or YouTube, and they start looking for that like better way. And that's when I found Mark Arbert. And right. And I didn't pull the trigger when I started finding things about attraction marketing. I didn't pull the trigger. I waited 3 months.
Yeah.
And I just kept seeing it, just kept like coming up. So I figured there's got to be something to this thing that people are doing.
Right. So what was it about? Like, what was it about Mark's video and the whole concept of attraction marketing, that really resonated with you?
I think it was just like, because everything I was going through, it was like you could tell that you could tell that there are these people, this group of people, because they all ended up being in the same platform. Everybody that I found was in the same thing. So it was like this epiphany of like, hey, they know everything they're talking about, I'm feeling right now.
Right.
So I was like, either they're like, in my brain, or they know something I don't know. And so that's kind of where it hit me, and kind of how my experience was not as bad, because I was selling products, but nobody wanted to really build a business. And once somebody said like, hey, you could quit your job, I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, I didn't want to just supplement my income. So I wanted to do this thing the quickest, fastest way I could possibly do it. And so that's kind of where it took me.
How long have you been internet marketing now? When did you get started actually marketing online?
I started marketing online 6 months into my career. So I really started in January of 2014. So maybe like August of 2014.
August.
So this is like, yeah. So actually this is 2 years for me online. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so because I know you've been achieving some great numbers, recently. This last year, I know has been really good for you. How was the first, the first six months or so getting into online marketing? Obviously, I'm assuming you've never done anything like this before, as far as internet marketing is concerned.
No,
So you've done sales though. You've got a sales background though, right?
I did have a sales background, and fortunately enough, I did. I think, but honestly, in my opinion, I think the sales background, it helps me now, but it hurt me in the beginning.
Okay, you got to explain that. Talk about that.
Because I thought that because came from a sales background and I was good at sales, and I thought it was gonna like just come off as it was gonna just make network marketing the easiest thing in the world.
Right.
And it wasn't like that for me. I had to unlearn a lot of stuff when I came into network marketing, and now the sales stuff is great because I sell products, and I know a skill set of people better now to utilize my sales skills. But before, I was just selling, and it didn't really work there. So I had to really unlearn a lot of stuff when I came into the network marketing and online arena, and develop some other skills first. But now the sales skills that I had before are really starting to kind of play their role a couple of years later. But it was tough in the beginning. It was a roller coaster ride in the beginning, because when I first started getting online, it made so much sense. And actually I had some success in like my first 2-3 weeks. So I was like, oh my God, this works. This is crazy. So I knew it worked. It still kind of went up and down. I was telling somebody last night, 2 years ago, I thought I was like, when I got online, I thought I was awesome. I was like, oh yeah, I'm great at this. This is awesome. And I look back at my first videos, and I'm like, oh my God, who is this dude? like I would be like in my butt if I was just critiquing myself 2 years ago. So it's just one of those things where I had no idea about authority or influence. Those were things that I kind of stumbled upon.
All right. I want to talk about a few of those things. Let's talk about first, what were some of the big challenges that you faced in those first 6 months? Because everyone that gets into this industry, there's some major challenges that they face. Yeah. And I'm always interested, what were the things that were holding you back in those first 6 months? What were the big challenges?
I think my biggest challenge was understanding how important personal development was. I had no vision my first 6 months. I was just doing something. I was just doing something that I was told to do. So if I saw like Ray Higdon do something, I was like, okay, this is like, I was so focused on the how. So I was like, okay, my brain was thinking in a way like, okay, if he's getting success or if she's having success, then I just need to look at what he or she's doing and then just do that. Right. And obviously, that works to an extent. But, right. So I wasn't building me in terms of like internally being the best me I could possibly be. So that was holding me back, because I was just out taking a different action, but it got me a little bit of a result. But the breakthrough came when the personal development really kicked in, and instead of just going for the action, the thoughts change and the things I believe change. And that's what made everything just completely different. So my biggest hurdle wasn't really like getting no's or anything, because I came from a sales background. I was used to getting no. It was mostly just understanding how important personal development was. And
so I want to dig into this a little bit more, because, here's a guy who's making good money. You've got a successful career in a sales career to that, which is a great skill to have in marketing and business. So you've got a successful sales career. You're making lots of money. You've got all the toys. Obviously, you're an athlete as well, which I would imagine you're a pretty confident guy, right? And you get into this industry. You even have a little bit of success. What is this personal development that you're talking about? What specific things needed to change in your mind or in your approach to your business? Because from the outside, I'm seeing, well, this guy's got it made. You know, he's making money, he's got confidence, he's an athlete, he knows sales. I mean, what personal development, what were the changes that had to take place in your mind and in your approach to your business?
You know, it was I think it was the vision. I look back and I look at big impactful things that were happening in my head, and I read Think and Grow Rich, and it made me think completely differently. It made me think differently about how I talk to people, how I interacted with people. It made me think differently how I interacted with myself, because I started talking to myself differently. I started understanding and trying to control my emotions a lot more. When I was playing as an athlete, and especially coming through college and playing a few years of pro ball, I let my emotions get the best of me. So I mean, I have no problem in saying it. That's one reason I don't play baseball to this day, is because I let my emotions get the best of me, and it crushed my career. So when I'm now, especially with the personal development that I do on a daily basis now, I look back and I say, I lost all control of my emotions. So if I lose control of my emotions, I lose control of my actions, and I lose control of the results that I get around my life. So when I got into corporate America, same thing. It's just kind of like, being in the same relationship with a different person, or different relationship, kind of, different face of the person, but it's the same relationship. So I had the same things going on in my professional life, but I had no leadership or anybody to say oh, hey, Ryan, you should be doing this. You should be reading this. You should be tuning into this stuff. They were just making sure that I was just doing just enough to make their numbers. And if I was, then I was great, right? If I was making their numbers and making them money, then they didn't need to talk to me. They let me do whatever I wanted when I was in corporate America, because I made their numbers. They let me do whatever I wanted. And
right. So
I didn't need that.
Right. So this is interesting, man, because as a guy speaking to another guy, here we are, we're talking about success in business, and the one difference that you're talking about here is your emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is interesting, because if you talk with other guys, you talk about success. We don't usually talk about emotions.
Right.
We try to be a lot more masculine about it, and just go out there and do it and just get the numbers and blah blah blah. But here you're telling me that the big change for you was actually becoming aware of and in control of your emotions, and seeing how your emotions were actually holding you back in athletics and in business, man. That's deeply, deeply profound.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that, I mean, if I talk to other athletes or especially guys, I mean, it's so strong. I mean, that's everything has to do with your emotions and how you feel.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah. I look back and I'm like, man, if I look at it at bat that I, didn't like the outcome, it was a feeling of, uncertainty, a feeling of fear, a feeling of, if I felt like I owned that pitcher, like nothing, I mean, I usually got a hit. I usually hit a home run or hit a triple or something like that. But you don't see it because you're looking at the surface. You don't you're not at the plate being like, oh, I wonder how I feel.
Right.
Or, you don't, it's just something. And when you're around other athletes and other guys, nobody really talks about that. Nobody after the game or the interviews after the game, no one's like, hey man, they may ask you how you felt, but they're not asking it on a deep level. They're just asking on a surface level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a lot of the guys that I knew that were having success the funny thing was, a lot of the guys that were around me that were having tremendous success were in network marketing. I had no idea. They were
really?
in personal. I had no idea. Yeah. Because they were all like, okay, we're not in the big leagues. We're not on that level where we're making, $1 million a year. So they had their little side hustles, and they were introduced to those things. And most people that are introduced to network marketing for more than X amount of time end up being introduced to some type of personal development at some point. And if they embrace it, then they embrace it. And a lot of guys happen to embrace that kind of stuff, and they were still fortunately playing a sport. So it trickles in every level of your life. You can't help it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Profound, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, this is typically a marketing conversation that we have here on these podcasts, but I love when we're able to dig in, and talk about some more important things, because it really is so true. You know, if you're not managing your emotions, it doesn't matter if you're taught how to do something. If you're riding the wave of your emotions constantly up and down, falling into those negative traps and not being aware of your emotions, not being able to be in command of your emotions, it's going to control the success of your business and how you actually execute on it. So it's huge. I really appreciate you sharing that with us. I think that's a big thing. All right. So let's dive into a little bit of marketing here then.
Sure.
Let's talk about what's working for you now. What was the big breakthrough for you? If you kind of go back and you think about your marketing growth and your business growth, when did things really, and you think about when things really started to take off for you in your online business? Okay. I want you to think back to that time when things really started to take off for you. What did you start doing differently in your business? And more from an action perspective, what did you start doing in your business differently that you think maybe contributed to that growth?
One of the biggest breakthroughs that I had on the marketing sense was I started just unloading value in my way. I think after that breakthrough, the bigger breakthrough came when I stopped trying to hold value back. So what I mean by that is when I started learning how important, giving information and value was and doing it in a unique way, I also had a breakthrough because I was holding stuff back from people. I was like, oh no, like I'm not going to tell them that because they need to come into this, or they need to join me first, or they need to pay me this first. And when I just started just unloading value, I realized that if I unloaded something, I can do a free Facebook Live and unload something, right? And maybe one or two people would be like, holy crap, he gave that away for free. It'll really bypass most people. Most people will be they won't even hear it, right? And so then they'll think that if they go out and they'll pay you $1,000 for a coaching month, or $3,000 for 3 months or something like that, you can literally tell them the same thing and they get the same information. And the only thing that's different is they put their money into it. So now they feel invested.
Uh-huh.
So they actually do something with the information. It makes them think about the information differently. It makes them, do something differently with the information. And they understand that too. You hear something once, you're not going to have this amazing breakthrough. So you have to, have that accountability. You have to consistently do something to have the breakthrough. So that's my biggest thing, was just stop holding back. I just stopped holding back, and in my videos and in my marketing, and I just stopped holding back. Now there's certain things that now I understand. I'm like, hey, you got to pay for that, because it's not necessarily the information. It's hey, I put that exact information into a course so I don't have to say it.
Nice. Yeah.
Right. Or, I put this exact information into a coaching program so it's structured. So it's not necessarily that someone's paying for a course or information for the information. You're really paying for the convenience of being able to get it structured, have it at your convenience, so you can just watch it anytime you want. But that's where my biggest breakthrough was just unload. And in order for me to unload, I had to upload as much as I could, because it would allow me to unload more.
Absolutely. And by upload, you mean
books, courses, coaching, events, just as much as I could consume on a daily basis. I schedule time to train twice a day. I have audiobooks, and I listen to books, and I read books. I mean, I'm just constantly consuming information in order to make sure I'm really smart.
Well, yeah, because when you're talking about, sharing value, putting value out in the marketplace, I mean, you've got to become more valuable. You've got to have more value so you can dish it out in a sense, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that's huge. That's a great breakthrough to share, and it really resonates and relates to what I hear from most marketers, most successful marketers. You know, when they talk about their breakthrough, it's when they started getting value out into the marketplace. It's really what it's all about. Okay, so specific marketing now. What are you doing in your business? Give us sort of a 30-foot view. I know you've got a couple of great things coming out. You've got an ebook right now that you just recently released. You've got a course coming out in the next few weeks here. First of all, let's just talk about big, 30-foot view, your marketing process right now online. What sort of things are you excited about right now in marketing? What's working for you?
I mean, honestly, man, Facebook Live is probably one of the biggest, easiest tools to leverage if you can leverage it the right way. Most people aren't using it, so that's a big no-no.
You got to do it. Yeah, you got to do it. That's the first step.
Yeah. But looking at Facebook is just probably one of the most powerful tools on the planet. I mean, there's almost 2 billion active users on a daily basis. They log in at least once a day. So literally there's enough people, and people have money. So there's enough money to go around for everybody to have the success that they want to have. So to me, I utilize Facebook Live. I save everything from Facebook Live, and everything's on YouTube. Everything is SEO'd or put on my blog. And then I'm just put all that stuff in front of many faces as I possibly can, every day. And I'm consistent every day. And I think that if I had to say one thing that I get from my people or fans or whatever, is they say I'm like borderline, like I walk that line of the follow up. So when I follow up with somebody, I usually never follow up with them about a business. I'm just always just saying, hey, how's your family? What's up? And I just don't forget people. And usually that just makes them want to because I never bring up business, really. So it makes them ask.
That's
I just use Facebook, man.
Which is the whole point of attraction marketing, right? Is to attract people to you and actually have people ask you about your business, ask how they can get to work with you. So you're actually making that happen. And what you're saying the key is the relationships, is just actually being interested in people.
Yeah, completely. That's all I do. And then with that, it's you take that relationship and you use the tools like Facebook or YouTube or your blog just to take that one thing. And social media is just a multiplier in my eyes. So it's just a multiplier of if I can create one relationship offline, right, and then use Facebook to amplify that one relationship and show 2 billion people that one relationship, then it's going to create more relationships. So all it is just a multiplier or an amplifier. Most people just aren't doing anything, so they're not showing anything, and what they're amplifying is not what they really truly want to get amplified. So if you put that out, then you only have one option to get that back,
Yeah. So let me ask you really specifically right now about Facebook Live, since it's a big thing for you. And it's a big thing right now, to leverage Facebook Live. I just read they're coming out with a dual Facebook Live option.
Yeah,
so you can have 2 people. So I think I'm going to be moving Online Playmakers, and we're going to start doing Facebook Live interviews. I'm really excited about that because I think that's going to be really fun. So what are the keys? Just really quickly, what are the keys to creating success with Facebook Live?
Okay, so I did a call about this, and I don't have my notes on it, but I did 10 things that you should be doing on Facebook Live, and I had no idea it was going to be so impactful. Every day since that call, I get tagged in something that someone says, I'm getting like 20 leads. I just quadruple my views. I'm doing them every day. This is crazy. And I'm like, oh man, I should have I
should have charged for that.
Yeah, I was like, oh crap. So the big thing is, one, you got to be just doing them every day. So you just got to do them. Most people just aren't doing them. I did a study. Actually, I surveyed 100 people, on a quick survey, 100 people, are you using Facebook Live every day for your business? 100 people, 70 said no.
70 said no. Yeah. So what a great opportunity for us as marketers, right? Yeah.
Right. You know, so I'm like, okay, hey, that's your problem. You know, 70% of people aren't taking advantage of the one thing that Facebook wants to put in front of more people is their live videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they're literally trying to, like, in an effort, you think about it on a business level, they're trying to knock Periscope out.
Right.
They're trying to knock Periscope out. They've been trying to knock Twitter off their high horse for years. So anything they can do to knock out somebody else, because Twitter, they can't buy Twitter. Twitter won't let them. So what can they do? They can just knock them out. So you got to use the thing, like, do it. Just do it. That's the big thing. And then let people know you're going live. Like, let people know, like, hey, I'm going to go live in 30 minutes. That's the big thing. So obviously be consistent. Make sure that you are letting people know, like, when you're going live. So give them like 30-minute or hour, update. With that, let them know why they should show up. And if you've got some authority or you've got some influence, everybody can't do this. So, take this tip how you want it. Everybody can't do this. But if you say, look, hey guys, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can crush your, blog today and start getting leads today, if I get 100 likes to this post. Okay. Now, not everybody can do that. All right. Not everybody has the audience or the influence or the authority to do that. But if you feel like you do, or you don't have to say 100, you can say 25 likes and I'm live. Right. And you're going to get your 3 tips. What that does is it gets you engagement, and it makes people interact. Make people interact with you if you want them to interact. And then it becomes second nature for that person to interact with you, or that group to interact with you. And now you got engagement. The next thing is use a hashtag. Make sure you use a hashtag. That way, if you can't save your videos on your phone, you can't upload them to YouTube or leverage them later on your blog, at least you could use that hashtag to make Facebook categorize your videos. So when people click that hashtag, they'll always be there. Okay. The next thing is I like to have people invite people. So I let people know, hey, it's a party. Let's hang out. Let's have fun. Parties are always better when you ask other people, hey, invite your friends, +2, right? If you get 10 people show up and they all invite 3, then, hey, now we got a little party. You got 30 people on your live and you're hanging out and having a blast. Another thing to do on Facebook Live is interact with the people that are there in the front, and let the people know on the recording to just fast forward 3 minutes. It'll up your views, because they don't want to sit there and watch you, say hey to 50 different people for 3 minutes. Just let them know. Say, hey, look, I'm going to be doing some hellos. Fast forward 3 minutes and get to the content. That's where it is. Okay. And be consistent on how far you go into your introductions. So me, that's 2 minutes. So soon I'll do 2 minutes. I'm 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we're cutting it off. We're getting to the content. That way I know exactly who to tell in the future. That's where the content starts. 2 minutes. This is a big one. If
these are all great tips. I actually haven't heard a lot of these tips here. This is good stuff.
This is a big one. If you have multiple devices, or usually you're on Facebook Live on your phone. So if you're gonna go live, get on your computer, go to your personal page yourself, and share your own Facebook Live into a work at home group, into maybe I have a like Keisha Bass has her Millionaires and Stilettos group. So like you would just take your personal page, share that into that group, and share it other places, like your fan page. Go ahead and put it on your fan page. That way it's everywhere. Okay, that way other people, new people, will see your face, and they'll get used to it. Because if there's this one group with 90,000 people, I always pop my video in that group, and if I'm popping in there every day at 12:30 and 90,000 people are there, then I get so many new people. coming to my stuff and going to my website. And a last tip I'll give is when you broadcast something and it's kind of like a show, like I treat mine kind of like a show.
Yeah.
To me, that gives me the right to put my commercial at the end of the show. So you hang out. So I want everybody that gets on there to leave some type of comment, because if they leave a comment, now they're in the thread. And if they're in the thread and I post something at the end of the video that says, hey, check out my free ebook. I'm doing a webinar tonight. Oh, hey, it's Wednesday night. Come check out this webinar. This is free. Da, da, da. So I can post pictures and a link, picture, link. So I actually post like 5 different little commercial things after the feed, after saying thank you for showing up. And every time I post one, it's going to notify everybody that commented. So if you can get a smiley face out of somebody, a period, they're going to get notified by something, and so that'll get you a lot of leads.
And that little commercial, do you leave that in the comments? Are you saying you post that in the comments after the feed? Yeah. And they get notified that there's a comment. Yeah.
So it's usually just like a branded picture, something like that. So like for me, I say, hey, thanks for plugging in. If you want recorded versions of Lunch Money, so my show is called Lunch Money. And if you want recorded versions of Lunch Money, here's the YouTube link. They're all recorded on YouTube. And then they can click that link. And I say, make sure you subscribe. That way, if you miss Lunch Money, you'll get a notification that, you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. That's helped my YouTube channel grow. So I'm on Facebook and my YouTube channel's growing. And, so it's simple stuff. It's really simple stuff that you can just use every day. And, and then cool. And then what you do is, like, if you got it on your fan page and you got, you end a video on Facebook Live and you're like, oh man, I got quadruple the views I usually get. That's the one you take to your fan page and you say, I got $20. Let me run it to a new audience so they can see it too. Because if people ask, okay, what do I run ads around? You run ads around the stuff that people engage with on your personal page.
That's awesome.
They told you they liked it.
And you've got all this social proof that you've created.
Yeah, it's already there.
Yeah, because that whole community that's been engaging and commenting and everybody's having a great time. So some new viewer, sees that video and sees everybody else's comments and how excited they are and the energy and, all the great positive comments, like, oh, wow, something's going on here. I better check this out. That's social proof.
I'll say the last thing with Facebook Live is the more you do them, the more they serve them.
Yeah.
And the longer you're on the feed, the more people they want to serve it to. If you notice, Facebook says they give you a message as soon as you get on there. Hey, make sure you stay on. We're putting your thing you're putting your video in front of people.
Yeah.
And like if Facebook took the time, Zuckerberg's worth like 40 billion. So if they took the time to put that little message there that says, like, hey, hang on, we're serving your video to people.
Yeah, we're building your audience. We're building your audience for you. I think that's what it says. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Right. I mean, they're telling you, like, we're building your audience for you. And if you talk about, what your speech about marketing strategy, how are you going to build your audience? How are you going to engage with them? How are you going to sell them? That's how you make 6 figures.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that was cool. Those Facebook, I've heard some different, Facebook Live trainings and tips and stuff like that, but I haven't heard the tips that you shared there. And they're little things, but they're going to make a massive impact. And obviously, you've been able to create some really amazing success with that. And what I love about it, Ryan, is that, it's a really simple strategy. Like you literally, there's a perfect consistent strategy. I do Facebook Lives every single day. I boost post it to new audiences. I follow these little techniques, and then I post it to YouTube. And then you've got content and you've got engagement, and you're building your audience. You're engaging with your audience, and you're able to sell to your audience all in one swoop, basically.
It's like it's made my business, made my day, like, completely, because I don't even really need to post on Facebook anymore.
No, exactly. Like, what more do you need to do? There's not that much more work that do, that your entire marketing strategy can be focused around that core activity. And so you can literally, 2, 3, 4 hours a day is all you need to work, really, because that's your money-making activity right there. And then you're just following up with contacts and people that are reaching out to you. I mean, dude, that's money. That's awesome.
And like I send an email out. I send an email to my list every day at about 12:15, 12:20. That's a content-driven post or email, right? But on the PS, it says, "Hey, I'm going live at 12:30. You want to catch me on here?" And that actually sends more people back to my fan page where I'm live. I mean, all I did was I just thought, I was like, man, how can I connect this in a way that like all my things are connected in a way? Like the synergy that was going through my mind when I was thinking, I was like, man, this is something. And that's all I've done. I just made sure everything's connected. And then when it comes to like Twitter, Instagram, or like anything else, I just take anybody there, just bring them over to Facebook. That's where I want people. Like if you're generating leads on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, paragrams or, Google Plus, whatever it is, just your goal should be to just get them over to Facebook. That's where the party is. That's what I think. Yeah. This is my opinion. Working for me.
Yeah, it's working for you. Absolutely. And it's awesome. All right, listen, we're running over time here. This is really good. I did not want to cut you off on there. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, we got your course coming out. Talk really quickly. Talk to us about this course coming up. Why did you create it, and what's it going to do for people?
Okay, so where I was kind of going over with a couple of my mentors where people were, I felt as if, now this course isn't for everybody. This course is for the person that's probably been marketing at least for a year. This person is for somebody that, obviously has bought some things in the past. They understand the importance of how important marketing is for their business. Especially if you're in network marketing, you're wondering, okay, I don't know about this course, whatever. Guess what? If you can become good at networking, you become good at marketing, guess what you'll be good at? You'll be good at network marketing. So this course is purely about branding and marketing, because let me tell you something, when you become a good brand, when your brand takes life and takes shape, it gives you the confidence to be a really good networker. It also gives you the skill set to become a really good marketer. Most people that I avoided with this course they're so, I guess, focused on, okay, well, as soon as I get good at recruiting, or as soon as I get good at this, or as soon as I master that, then I'll build my brand, where it's backwards. So when I built this course, I had to show people that all the stuff you want becomes so much easier if you just brand yourself the right way. All the stuff you're trying to get better at, all the stuff you're trying to learn and get and master, it becomes so easy when you build the brand right and you understand why things work like that. Most people are struggling on social media because they're going against the grain. Mm-hmm. They're marketing in a traditional way, where traditional marketing has evolved into something where that most people aren't aware of. And so this is what this course is about: understanding branding, how to craft your brand, how to build that target market so the target market can actually craft your brand for you, because you're giving them what they want. I can't go too far into that because I'll be giving away all the stuff, but like I'll show everybody how to like integrate, how to operate on social media, how to build their brand. Right now, which is really cool, I'm doing a focus group for this course. And all I'm doing is just one branding call, and the breakthroughs are just tremendous. And we're just doing like 30-minute calls for people. Just getting their brand questions and pulling it out of them. That's what we're doing. Is we're literally taking what they're confused with and pulling out what they know they want and shaping it for them. And it's truly just impactful. I love it. So if someone's serious about wanting to build their brand and they know the impact that building their brand does for their business, that's who it's for. The person that's not there yet, that maybe just starting in their business, they're just trying to, just stay above water. It's not for them. This is for the person that's probably been in their business for a little while, and they understand that I need to build this because I already know I'm in it for the long term.
Nice. Absolutely. Love it. Love it. All right, let's wrap this up. Put a nice bow on it here to end this up. Give us, we've got people that are listening right now. They want to create a breakthrough in the next 30 to 90 days. Okay. They might be, just getting their business started, or maybe they've already been doing this for a while. Maybe they're even making some money, but they want to take it to the next level. Give us 3 tips. What should they focus on to create a breakthrough in the next 30 to 90 days in their business?
I think that if there was 3 things I had to say, if someone's really looking to have a breakthrough in the next 90 days, is you've got to sit down and craft it what you want it to look like, and create that vision. Most people just don't take the time to do it. They just think that it's going to happen. And most people that create success have already been there. They've already been there. That's why they don't freak out when they actually get there, because they've already felt that emotion. They've already been there in their head. They've literally been there. They've almost physically been there. So you got to create that vision to start. And then I think you've got to have some type of accountability or coach or somebody that's going to help push you to stay out of your comfort zone, so your comfort zone stretches. Okay. And the third thing I would do is just look and ask yourself how visible you are. Because if you've got those first 2 things, then you're going to be putting out some good content and things like that. But then I just ask yourself, okay, how can I get more visible? And, or really, how can I serve better? I think that would be a really good one. It's just, I think a lot of people, I thought about something this morning, which I think could be pretty revolutionary. Instead of thinking, when people quit their business, they say, oh man, I quit because it didn't work, or whatever reason they say they quit. Ask yourself, how many people did I serve? Or did I serve for the right way? And so give you a number in your head of how many people you want to serve and the impact you want to make. However you can craft that last one to be the best server you can be, I think you'll get the results that you want.
I love that, man. That goes back to, learning how to ask powerful questions. If you sit there and really meditate, and you let yourself sit there with that question, how can I serve better? How can I serve more people? And how can I serve them better? What a powerful question to ask, right? What amazing answers could come out of that question. That's awesome. I love it. Ryan, this has been gold, man. Absolute gold. You gave us some, awesome nuggets on Facebook Live, and, some real revelations as to what it takes to create success. Really enjoyed this conversation, man, and really appreciate you sharing the time. We've totally gone over time. We talked way longer than we were supposed to, but this happens all the time because we just get into such good conversations. I love chatting with other entrepreneurs, and I really appreciate what you shared with us. I think it's going to help a lot of people. So really want to thank you for that. We're going to leave some links to your free ebook, which I know is going to help a lot of people as well. The ebook focuses on conversation and closing skills in conversation, right? But without being salesy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll leave a link for that. And when your course comes out, we'll definitely let people know about that as well, because I think that's going to be really powerful, especially talking about branding. And we'll leave some links for people to connect with you so they can check out your Facebook Lives, your lunch money show every single day. I'm guessing that runs Monday to Friday.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, 12:30 Eastern.
All right, man. Awesome. We'll look forward to that. All right. I look forward to our premium session for our premium members. Ryan's going to be walking us through his process. He's going to be showing us exactly what he's doing. I'm guessing leveraging Facebook Live.
A little bit. And
a little bit of Facebook Live and kind of how it all fits together. That's one of the big questions that I always get is, the big confusion that I see from a lot of marketers is they don't understand how all the pieces fit together. And that's really what we're trying to show with these online profit playbooks and the premium membership. We want to take you inside of a marketer's business like Ryan and have him show you how the pieces fit together. And that's really what it's all about. So Ryan, appreciate you being here again. Thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode, and we will see you next week for another edition. Everybody take care. I hope you enjoyed this week's Playmaker session. If you love the session, subscribe now to our YouTube channel so you never miss our weekly episodes. Be sure to also subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Just type in Online Playmakers in the search bar and click subscribe, and be sure to leave a 5-star review. All of the episodes, show notes, transcripts, resources, and bonuses are available on the blog over at onlineprofitplaybook.com, along with several bonus free tutorials I've created for you as well. Your fast track to results is to follow the Playmakers. You can download their closely guarded playbooks and follow them step by step to grow your influence, build your audience, and create results in your business right now. Head over to onlineprofitplaybook.com and join the Playmakers to get full access today. Thank you again for joining us today, and be sure to tune in next week as we bring you another power-packed session with the top Playmakers online. This is Norbert Orlowitz, signing off.